Hi guys, we're going to be drawing animals in a really interesting way. We're going to start by using a small piece of paper called a viewfinder. All this is a paper with a hole cut in the center to help you focus on a specific or a smaller part of your animal. I'm going to look at this chameleon. I love the chameleon's eye. So I will tape my viewfinder down so that I can just focus and just see clearly the chameleon's eye. I'm going to draw on a square piece of paper because the hole in my viewfinder is a square. That means I don't need to leave a border or a background around my picture. The picture will fill up the whole piece of square paper. Now I'm going to start coloring in my lizard with oil pastels. Remember when you use oil pastels that they should look dark, like paint. Oil pastels can mix together really well, and they can look really solid. And they should look really solid when you're done. I used a dark green first. Now I'm coloring over that a little bit harder with a light green. Now I'm beginning to do the lizard. The lizard is very scaly and rough looking, and so I'm coloring the lizard with a lot of small circle-y movements, almost like I'm scribbling. But really, I'm just making circles really quickly. Just like you did in the sky, you should layer some colors on your animal too. If your animal has brown and yellow fur, then you're going to want to layer your colors with brown and yellow. I use red first, and then I'm going over it with a light pink. There was a little spot of green to the side, so I'm adding that. Really pay attention to all the colors that you see on your animal, and try your best to make it look just like that. Now I'm making some larger circles. These are supposed to look like some larger scales on my lizard. It's sort of a scribbly line, but remember, I'm not scribbling. I mentioned earlier that you can blend colors with oil pastel very easily. To do that, you would use two colors, kind of lightly, and then go over them with a white or another lighter color to blend them together. You see here that I used purple, or I made purple by using red and blue and then coloring on top of that with white. If you wanted to make a really interesting green, you could use blue and yellow and color over them with green. all of you to be really creative with your use of color. Don't be afraid to mix things together and try something new. If the colors don't turn out looking exactly like your animal, that's okay. It really won't make a difference. No one is going to have the picture that you copied to compare to your drawing. Here I'm going back over some of the scales to make them show up a little better, to make them more defined. When I blended my colors, they got a little blurry. So now I'm giving the scales a little bit more of an outline. It might help if you don't think about what you're drawing. Don't think about this as a lizard's eye. Think about this as a page full of color. There's some red here, there's some yellow and orange over there, and some green and blue. So think about the colors that you're using, not so much about the animal that you're drawing. This is the chameleon's eye. I think it's my favorite part. Also, don't forget to look back to your viewfinder and the picture of the animal underneath from time to time. Make sure that you're staying on track.